Alright, welcome everyone to the Roba Haunting of Duncrutch beta tournament. We are in the winners quarterfinal this time, and it is going to be xskeletalx versus khrytos. So we're getting right into it. Khrytos is going to first pick Itotia. That is interesting. Oh, he's not clicking on the cards. Wait. Blue was first pick? Oh, okay. No, red was first pick. I don't know what's going on. Okay. They're probably Khrytos is probably explaining to him how to use the draft system. But yeah, red did pick Itotia. It looks like blue wants to pick Octavian here. So yeah, they're probably still discussing that. Oh shoot, did my game not update? Been doing this weird thing to me where sometimes the title or the game doesn't update, but I don't know if that's just on OBS or what. So anyway, while they're sorting this out, once again we do have the new cards here for the new expansion. There's Alan, who is the warrior. His theme is like damage on characters, so his level up cost gets reduced if there are damage on characters, and in his leveled up form he will do more damage. Then there's Una, who is like the ghost, so her theme is like reviving. And then of course Aurelia, who is my new favorite. And her theme is deities. She has a cool ultimate which lets you manifest a second deity. Okay, so it looks like we were just continuing. Oh, we did get blue picked Octavian here, so red is going to ban Vigo and blue bans Corvus. Okay, red of course being Khrytos and blue being xskeletal. I'll probably just say red and blue because it's easier than remembering who is who and saying their names. We see blue is going to pick Rin. Okay, that is interesting. I mean, so Vigo and Itotia are picked and banned, so you don't really have a whole lot of options for warriors here. I would think Alan would be preferable to Rin though, but we'll see what he does with her. So the new hero is still untouched this game. We're going to see what Khrytos picks here. He gets 2 picks now. He's going to take the Una, that seems good, and he's going to take Eos. Okay. And then we have the last pick for blue, so he'll probably want an evoker. No, he's going to go Alan. So it looks like he's going to go with an aggressive strategy here and probably go for either a staff or maybe an early manifest on Oracle, although I don't know if that's actually a good idea. So probably a staff. I'm going to be picking items. Okay, so we do see some of the new heroes here. We are going to see both Una and Alan. Again, I'm a little bit surprised we're not seeing Aurelia. This might be a Wrath Lord. Usually with Eos, well, he doesn't have another Evoker though, so maybe he is just going to keep this Eos. Eos is kind of a weak hero, but has a pretty strong skill deck, so you see that a lot if Wrath Lord is being played because you just banish that right away. You just want the skill deck. I'm going to place their conduits. Itotia, of course, very strong hero. Una seems to be quite strong. Octavian is pretty good. Alan seems pretty good. Rin is probably the weakest hero on the board here, but we'll see how she performs. I haven't seen a game with her in a minute. And it looks like they are drawing their opening hands. So we should be ready to get into deployment. So what are the deities going to be here? I feel like we'll probably see Judge on the red side. I know khrytos likes the Judge. So usually he plays that, but the Eos makes me a little bit uncertain. Not sure what Skeletal likes in terms of deities, so we'll have to see. It could be Oracle, could just be Judge, of course. And okay, so it looks like Eos over here by himself. That could mean, well, khrytos is first, so he can just move him to mid. So he's going to start his turn. It looks like we see no Wrath Lords. Probably. Which is expected. So again, khrytos is first, which means he could just let this conduit go, move the Eos over here. That kind of makes your second action awkward though, because if you go for the double attack to break the conduit, I guess you could go... yeah, because like ideally you would want to leave the Una standing for the block. That's if he even decides to go mid and try and attack you, I guess. We'll see what he does. Looks like he is thinking. If he swings at this conduit and goes for the early break, that could lead to a situation where this Alan can level up very quickly. Okay, yeah, so he's gonna not do that. Looks like he's moving Itotia over here. Is he gonna go for the attack? He is, okay. So I expect to see a double clash here. I think he's just gonna try to go for the kill on this Rin. Since she is 3 attack, but other than that, she's pretty squishy. She's just 6 health, 0 armor, so likely if you double clash, you're going to be able to kill this. If you just don't clash on the block here, you can go up 2 cards, but you do go down a KO, which means opponent gets 2 power and then you have to, you're down a hero on board, so that might not be ideal. But I don't know if you can really stop it with the double clash. So let's zoom in on this lane. So he's coming with 3. There is a clash. It's going to be a 3 and a 3, so he's at 9, and we have a sneak attack, so he's doing 5. He can clash again immediately, and now he has all of this information open. It's going to be a test of arms for another 3, so they're just going to knock each other out, it looks like. So they both spend 2 cards from their hand, and they both get a KO. I feel like the Itotio is probably a higher value hero than the Rin. So possibly a good trade for blue here. We'll see what he can do with this board now. So now he still has a warrior on this board, whereas his opponent does not. However, khrytos does have a evoker advantage here, which could potentially be big. I think if he has the staff, he needs to get his 3rd power this turn by either breaking the conduit or killing this Eos. And then play that staff. For those of you who don't know, on Tabletop Simulator, okay, yeah, it looks like khrytos has told him how to do it. If you see this little number right here that says 15 degrees, that's the default. If you click on that when you're not a spectator, I guess, it'll go up and you can put it up to 90 degrees, and then when you press Q or E on a card to rotate it, it'll rotate it a full 90 degrees instead of 15. So it looks like he's doing a double attack. Is he going at the Eos here? Could just be going for the KO and like get the evoker off the board, since it's not a guarantee that he would block if you went for the conduit. Alan has to be a little bit unhappy here though, with 2 heroes getting knocked off the board in the first turn. It's going to be hard for him to level up for a while probably. But if he can get that 3 power to play the staff, I think he'll be fine. We see a clash on defense. So this is going to be 5 coming in. 6, 7. And Death Grip. That's going to just prevent Alan from healing, I guess. So, I mean, it doesn't matter because you would kill him anyway. Oh wait, no, it does matter because he gets 2 armor. Yeah, so he's going to be at 2 health remaining. He is going to kill the Eos. Yeah, I guess he could have done the damage to the Octavian instead. He would do 1 extra, but I think you got to put it on the Alan probably. Because now Alan can't swing into this conduit. But yeah, Eos off the board. And then he's just going to ready both of those heroes. This is, I think, good and bad. It's bad because you lose your evoker that next turn, but I think it's also fine for khrytos because now you have 2 KO'd heroes from the start of your turn, which means you can go for the value Mass Resurrect at the end of your turn. And I expect to see a staff here, unless he's just going like super all-out aggression and getting all of his power that way, but I feel like with a no evoker comp, you want to go for that staff, because getting that 1 power turn is just, it adds up. But it looks like he doesn't have it. Not going to play an item. Interesting. Okay. So Una's going to hit this conduit. She's going to ready. And then, what is she going to just sit here probably? Yeah. Ooh, and this is smite. Okay, that's very... I was gonna say very good. I think it's just Regular good, actually. He does get the KO on Alan, which gives him 2 power. And he gets his 2 heroes back here. The one thing that this does do for blue is that it similarly turns on his Mass Resurrect. Now he can pop one of his conduits and get that value 2 hero revive. Yeah, I mean, it's still good, obviously. Dogs are barking. So khrytos is deciding if he wants to play an item. He has 6 power, I believe. Is that 6 or is it 5? It's 5. Because he KO'd 2 heroes and then he got 1 evoker, so yeah, 5. So he's setting aside 3. This could be a Sun God's Gauntlet. Oh, Masterwork Boots, okay. So that's good. Get an extra draw. Have some extra armor on Una. Itotia can definitely eat those cards, so having card draw is good. And this power should go away. I'm sure he'll see it eventually. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, the big downside, I think, is that now you don't really have much of a turn here, do you, as blue? Like, the Octavian is sitting over here with the ruined conduit, so he can't really do anything other than just move mid, I guess. Like, you kind of have to just throw away your turn here, I think. You could maybe swing at the conduit in mid and then ready. And, like, see if he wants to block, but that doesn't really accomplish a whole lot either way. And again, not being able to do much when you are at an evoker disadvantage is not ideal. So he's going to move over here with Itotia. Like, every turn you're just, sitting here doing nothing is an extra power that your opponent is generating. Which could be an extra power you're generating as well if you played a staff. But yeah, so we are going to see the Master Resurrect here. He goes for Ancient Wisdom. Get that card draw. And where are these heroes going? Looks like Rin is going mid. And Alan also going mid. Okay. I really wonder what he's saving his power for here. Oh, no. They're all going to go over there. So maybe he's going to maybe what he's thinking is he's just going to let this middle conduit go, pretty much. And just go all in on this lane. Are we seeing an item here? What item is this? It is boots. Okay. Lots of boots this game. Boots is a pretty good item. Armor is always good, and drawing cards is always good. Wonder what the other items are here. Like, Eternity's End and Violent Fusion both just seem too good to pass up, I feel like. So it could be that... Okay, yeah, so Eos is going to pop this conduit here. And that is Gift of the Elements. So that'll be some power back in his pocket. So let's see, it could be Judge, it could be Monarchs, it cannot be Oracle, and it cannot be Storm Dragon. So Judge or Monarchs. So I have to imagine this is Judge, given his super aggressive lineup. But we'll see. Maybe it's a Monarchs. Like to synergize with the Allen buffs. Ooh, okay, so level up Itotia right away. Well, not right away, he already did the conduit break. And then the third action was to ready Eos. So, seems a little bit scary to have this Itotia over there by herself. Like, he can just swing right past you and go straight for the conduit if he wants, if the conduit break is what he wants, because I I don't think it's a good idea to block with her, is it? We'll see what he wants to do. Okay, so it's going to be a big team attack. Question is, who is he attacking? He is attacking the conduit. Okay, and that, yeah, you don't block that, I think. That is Gift of the Elements, so he'll gain 2 power. And then 2 damage on both of those heroes. So Allen is in level up range now. Damage on 4 heroes, so he can level up for 3. If Octavian actually didn't have the boots, he would save a power on that level up. That's kind of funny. Ready's Octavian. Oh, levels Octavian. Okay. So now, if he blocks an attack, you get to ready your whole board, which is quite good. And he has 2... Oh, he's going to ready Allen. Okay. And draw a card. So both players with a lot of cards in hand now. And only 1 conduit left on each side, so now is probably the time where we'll start seeing these heroes interact with each other some more rather than just attacking conduits. If we look at conduits on this side, we have... Oh, wow. So Smite means he's actually not running Judge. So it could be Monarchs or Oracle. I'm going to guess Oracle, and I base that off the Eos pick, because Oracle is a pretty easy replace for Eos. Although it could be Monarchs. Who knows? With Itotia being kind of card hungry, though, Oracle would make sense. So it looks like she is attacking, and we do see a block with Octavian. Not sure who the attack was directed at, probably the Rin. But it's kind of a formality because the Octavian blocks no matter what. And I think he's not clashing on attack. He can still clash after he sees what this card is. Or maybe he's still thinking about whether he wants to clash. Yeah, okay. That makes sense to see the clash here. So we have Flowing Stance, okay, and we have Eternal Discipline. Interesting. So Octavian's clash effect is going to resolve before Itotia has another chance to clash. Flowing Stance. Wonder what that's going to do. He could like... I'm thinking like he could move Rin over here, or Octavian over here. Yeah. Okay, so you move Octavian over here, and then you team attack him. Maybe? Interesting, neither player decided to clash again. I guess the Octavian just had so much armor that there wasn't really a point. So he readies Itotia and plays a Crusader's Guard. Okay. Interesting. So now I expect the third item to be Eternity's End on Khrytos' side, which means we probably won't see that come out anytime soon, if at all. Could also be Violent Fusion or something. I think that is one of the problems with Eternity's End, is that you can only really utilize it like pretty late in the game, which means you have to kind of save up that 5 power, which can be kind of awkward. So it is quite a strong effect though. So that was his whole turn, I guess. Which means he's gonna get the readies coming in here. Can basically just zoom in on these two lanes. I don't think we'll see anything happen in the right lane anymore. So I wonder what the play is now. I guess... I mean, his team is built to be so aggressive here. And that also kind of means if he just sits here and does nothing, his opponent is going to just keep getting further ahead since he has the evoker. So I feel like you really have to go for some kind of play here. But what that play is, I'm not sure. Like, you could swing both of these over to mid lane and then go for the conduit break there next turn, or you could do this, just team attack this Itotia. With the stats from this Crusader's Guard, she is going to be a little bit tankier though, so it might be more difficult to kill. But he is coming in with 6 damage plus whatever this clash is. Thinking whether he wants to clash. This Itotia is a pretty big investment also. Have to keep that in mind as well. Like, if you just let her die, your options are to wait until you save up 5 power or to pop your last conduit. Which, popping the conduit is not necessarily terrible unless... Well, we know it's not Judge, so yeah, that could be a consideration. If it were Judge, you would want to wait till you have the conduits all down on the other side. Okay. We see a Terrorize, that's going to reduce one of these to 0 printed, and a Sneak Attack, so we're looking at 5 coming in. It's blocking 1 of that. So taking 4, which will be half of her health. We get to see If the sneak attack is going to clash again first, and then after that happens, Itotia will have another chance to clash. Which, if you are looking towards an Oracle play, an Oracle manifest coming up here, spending your cards is perfectly fine. We see a Cold Blood. Oh. Did he use the Terrorize on Rin? That's actually a potential mistake if he chose to use Terrorize on Rin instead of Alan. I think Alan is actually the correct choice even without considering that, since if he deals combat damage, he heals too. So I think you choose Alan for the Terrorize regardless. And since it looks like he clashed first with Rin, that Cold Blood will not help him if that is the case. But I don't know what the targets were. They're probably talking it out. It's possible Khrytos didn't even specify which one he targeted, I guess. What order do clash effects resolve in, actually? I have to imagine it's player order. Which means if it's player order, the Cold Blood would take effect before the Terrorize, which means, okay, and we see the Blazing Spirit. I almost said Blazing Kick, because that's what it is. So that's going to be a big old 6 damage to probably the Allen. Since it's not enough to kill her in, yep. And then he's going to do 5 back. And then of course 1 gets blocked, so 4. Combat. Yeah, so attacking clash effects played on attacking heroes resolve first, and then the ones on defending heroes. So yeah, Alan goes away, which is not what you want to see here as blue. Not getting that KO on the Itotia either. So he's down a hero advantage here, and again, he has no power generation other than killing stuff, which is going to be pretty difficult now. So I think that Khrytos is in a pretty good position. Okay, so this is what I was going to say, is we might just see a manifest, because that means you can just banish this Alan, and it doesn't matter that he got KO'd. So yeah, we do see a manifest on Monarchs. And one nice thing about this is that your opponent is probably not going to go for your conduit now. And the Monarchs will be the target instead, which means you can hold that conduit back for a revive later on. Even just reviving one hero late game is quite good. But yeah, again, the EOS continues to generate power. What turn are we on? I don't know what turn we're on, but That's generated like at least 3 power this game versus 0 for the opponent, which could have been the same amount if he had played the staff as one of his items, because he could have played that on his first turn, and that would have paid for itself by now. So I think that was probably the correct decision. Okay, so we're gonna see a team attack on the Rin here. Interesting. Octavian is definitely gonna block, right? Yeah, no reason not to. This item giving Vanguard means that the defender will have to allocate any damage to Itotia, which protects the Eos here from any potential shenanigans. And we see a clash. See if there's one on defense. Like, I don't know if you even clash here. Like, what are you gonna get done with this, right? Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out. Maybe this is an ultimate of some sort. It's a 10,000 drills, okay. And a blazing spirit on the other side. So he's coming in with 3, 6, 9 versus 3, big old 3 armor, 4 with drills, potentially 6 if he goes for the armor off of this, which I feel like you should just go armor. If you go for attack, you do 2 damage to her. Maybe that's good. But he can still clash another card. He could clash armor. I guess you could force him to have it. 2 damage though, not enough to kill. So I don't know if that will be the choice. Although it does put her that much closer to being KO'd. So we won't know what the choice is here until we see the resolution, I guess. He's probably thinking if he wants to clash another card. If he went for the attack, which I kind of doubt, then he's doing 5 damage, so another 3 would kill him. So yeah, I have to imagine he went armor, in which case he would need 5, which he could get there with, what is Itotia's ultimate called? Way of the Empty Paw, I think. That could be a +5. I don't know if that's worth going for here though, because if you KO this Octavian, he resurrects him next turn with the conduit probably. But on the other hand, if you do KO the Octavian, he doesn't get his ability, which will ready both himself and Rin. But no, we are not going to see another clash. And Itotia does take 2, interesting. Wait. Am I missing something? 3, 6, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. How did Itotia take 2 and Octavian only take 2? It would have had to been a... Oh, it was the monarchs. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, so that obviously changed things a little bit. Yeah, and we're going to see a team attack, probably going at Theos. I don't know if you even... Like, you don't block this, right? Oh, he is going to block this. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of crazy stuff happening right now. So he can team attack here and then use the monarchs to ready both. Although I don't really know if he has anything to do with his last action. Yeah, the +1 from monarchs. So, yeah, I don't want to redo the math, but I think he did clash. Yeah, he did clash armor, right? Oh, and she had 4 on her, not 3, so he only added 1. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, so there's the ultimate. And we see a fearless assault. So he is coming in with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And +5, 6, take 3. Yeah, this is a dead Itotia. But he will be able to do some damage back. Oh, I just realized something. Does this actually allow her to block and still contribute her 3 attack? I think it does, right? Because the damage calculation happens after the clash effects resolve. Yeah, so that's yeah, I never thought of that. That's pretty good. So she's going to be doing 8 here, I believe, since clashing for the armor would not help. Which means what? 1, 2, 3 armor. Ooh, just 1 short of the Octavian here. So I guess you get the KO on Rin, which you actually would have got without the ready, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think that's what we're going to see. And I mean, he has enough power to just buy back this Itotia next turn, I guess. Although I feel like you want to move the Una over here and then save your 5 power for her ability. You could. So maybe what the play is this dies. Oh, he's gonna clash Blazing Spirit. I forgot about her ability, so that is gonna give him enough to kill the Octavian now. What was I saying? That interrupted my train of thought. So Itotia dies. Next turn, you move the Una over here. You save up your power. And you pop this conduit to revive Itotia and then banish Eos for the Oracle. Could potentially see that as the play, because then you have all your heroes in this lane. You have your Una with her ability ready to go. And your opponent has no reason to leave the lane because your conduits are all broken. Yeah, so we do see the KO on Octavian. Looks like he left his boots behind. Rin, of course, going to ready thanks to her ability. And now she has this Fearless Assault effect still going, so she can probably smash this Eos here if she so chooses. Which I think you probably do, right? Want to get that 2 power. Khrytos doesn't really care about it too much if he's going to go for the Mass Resurrect into deity play. Since the Eos would get banished anyway, but it does deny him a power and also gain you 2 power if you kill this, so that is quite good. Interesting that he's putting the Monarchs in here. I guess there's not really a whole lot he can do to you. You've seen the Way of the Empty Paw now. We see Blade Master. It's going to be a +2, +2, 5, +1, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is a super dead Eos. Yeah, I really don't know why the... Oh, I guess that's why. Because when you KO with Rin, you can ready the Monarchs as your last action. I still think you should just probably leave the Monarch standing, though. I don't really think there's a great reason to throw it in there. I don't know, maybe he was doing the math and felt like it was worth it. And he has 5 power now, so it looks like he's going to be using that for his buyback. Get that Octavian back in the game. He should be banished, not KO'd, but so should these, so whatever. That is one thing about this board, is that it doesn't have a banished zone. I've just been putting him like off to the side. I guess it doesn't really matter that much. But it is kind of like when you have a KO'd hero and a banished hero in the same zone, it's kind of questionable. But yeah, we'll see if he goes for that Mass Resurrect play here. I have to imagine that's what we're going to see, like just move Uno over here and then pop that. Because otherwise you're just kind of sitting here doing nothing. What is that last conduit? If he's Monarchs, it's Ancient Wisdom. If he's Oracle, it's Nature's Bounty. Which... Nature's Bounty, not particularly useful here. I mean, either way, he draws cards, so... It's gonna take his time to think about this. He still has the Purify that we haven't seen. The problem with Purify is you would really like to hit this Rin with it, but as long as that conduit's up, he can just revive her again. So that makes things a little bit awkward here. At least he's not running Judge, though. Judge would be super awkward in this spot. Okay, so Una is going to move over there. And now what? You could, oh, I was going to say you could probably swing at the conduit. Yeah, we do see Nature's Bounty though, so it is the Oracle. So he's going to commit, like, I don't know, Octavian Monarchs. I don't know how much it matters. And get his Itotia back, and then in comes Oracle. Should do this. So he gets to draw 3 cards, and he has an Evoker once again. So the one thing that khrytos does have going for him again is this Evoker advantage. Like, he just is going to keep on generating power here, and since he has this 5 power up, Una is turned on, and he still has his buyback on top of that. So as long as he can protect this Oracle, he should be fine. Although his opponent is gonna be getting some pretty big attacks in with Monarchs. Una, of course, blocks. And let's see what the clashes are. This Rin is kind of small on this board right now. Like, she doesn't really have a lot of stats. She's not leveled up. We see a flowing stance. Okay, that's pretty good. Because blue side's board here can ready a lot, but moving kind of throws a bit of a wrench into that. I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything else on his turn here. Probably just going to have to move Octavian back and then ready. What does Ren even get when she levels up? She gets 1 attack and 1 health. And that's it. Yeah, so I think that's the kind of the big problem with that hero, is that she's basically just a stat pile and not even an amazing stat pile. And then her skills, she does have some useful skills, which I guess is kind of more the point of that hero, but did he not move the Octavian back? Why is Octavian over here? Did he run out of actions? I must have missed an action there or something. Because there's absolutely no reason to leave the Octavian over there if you still have any actions remaining, right? We see some clashes. What is this going to be? A rebirth for the armor and 10,000 drills. So it's going to be 2 armor on her plus or minus 3. So she's taking 1 right now. I feel like you just go armor, honestly, right? Like, I don't think you're going to be doing much damage here. Yeah, just goes armor. Oh, yeah, especially with the 3 armor from Rebirth. And then, oh, already, and then a team attack on Rin, I think, or on Monarchs. Maybe he's just going for the KO on Monarchs. He can put out some big numbers here. Let's see what happens. Itotia also protects Oracle. We see a Terrorize and a Cold Blood. That is the counter. Man, that Terrorize feels really bad now. That's unfortunate. So he is gonna do 1 damage. Yeah, not what you want to see here. And then Monarchs will do 2 back. See another clash. See what this one is. Deadly Precision. So that is going to mean she only takes 1 damage. And it's going to be +3 attack. So she's going to do 4 to Monarchs. If I'm counting correctly. Yep. So that's a good start. 4 damage on him. He has no power for a Vile Infusion. The only slight problem is that was his last action. And his whole board is committed now, which could be a bit of an issue. We'll see how this plays out. He only has the Monarchs currently in this lane for the attack, but he could very well... I mean, I have to imagine that khrytos has something in his hand to handle this attack. Because, like, if he goes Octavian here, Ready's Rin, and then triple attack Oracle, you do have to be able to stop that. Whoops. Wrong window. Oh, Eternity's End. There it is. Yeah, and we are going to see the power of this item. He's going to get a free attack now with Itotia onto the Monarchs. She has +3 attack, and she gets to double clash. There goes the Crusader's Guard. So she's coming in with 6. So I think this is going to be the game here. Like, you just double clash attack. What can he do? Assassination Arts is only while attacking Octavian. We haven't seen the Aegis yet. So this is kind of a gamble. Like, does he have it in hand? He doesn't really have to show a card here because you can wait to see if your opponent clashes first, and then if he has oh, okay. He is gonna show one though. Let's see if he has the Aegis. Death Grip. Ooh, 10,000 drills. So yeah, I think that is gonna be the game. It's gonna be 369. And he's blocking 4, so taking 5, yeah. He could clash another card if he wants, but he doesn't need to. Yeah, he needed to have exactly Aegis in hand, but he only had 2 cards and 17 in the deck, so just unfortunate that he didn't see that. And the gamble will pay off for khrytos. I'm gonna wait here and see if anything else happens, but I think that is gonna be it. Had a test of arms in hand. Yeah, so just really needed to see that Aegis, but didn't have it unfortunately. Flowing Stance. Yeah, I wonder why the Octavian didn't get moved back here last turn. Like, whereas heroes committed at the start of the turn and he had to spend an action to ready Rin. Well, specifically her, I guess. It's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, that and just not having the evoker, which I mean that's definitely a strategy you can go for. But like, if this masterwork boots had been the Archdruid's staff instead, um, like it would have paid for itself and then some, and you just lose a card. Vile Infusion in Eternity's End, yeah. And I mean, it gives +1 attack, +1 health. It's not like it's not giving stats either. Technically more stats than the boots. So yeah, I feel like that was the better option, but I don't know. Hard to say. But yeah, congratulations to Khrytos. He wins this round, so he will move on to the winners semifinals. This is, of course, the first loss for Skeletal, so he will still have a chance to redeem himself in the losers bracket. We'll have to see how he does there. But I think that's going to be it for this game, so thanks for watching. See you guys later.